Good to see everyone. We're halfway through our November Zazen Kai here. Feels very deep and strong. We had our Enter Here day 2 weeks ago, and that had its own really nice quality to it. We had this room full with 25 people. Many of you were there, and that day had quite a different quality because there were so many beginners there, so there was more talking and more movement in the Zendo. And I've been looking forward to doing this Zazen Kai for less talking and less movement. And that's what we've had so far, so it feels quite deep. I'm pretty tired. I just realized after lunch, just in the last half hour, I was suspecting I would be so because I didn't sleep much last night. It was a number of things. I had actually crashed and taken a long 2.5 hour nap on Friday afternoon, having slept not that much on Thursday night. So I kind of suspected as it was getting to be like 8 and 9 o'clock and I wasn't feeling very tired that was going to have an effect. But maybe the main thing was the full moon that kicked in, and that's always had a big effect on me, on my mind. And then throw in a lot of back soreness for whatever reason to boot, and I didn't get a lot of sleep. Nevertheless, I was up early today, and I was actually kind of totally not tired at all, but I realized it just hit me in the last half hour. So I'm going to have the one who is tired take care of the one who's not tired. That's a reference to the koan I talked about on Monday. Yeah, so with my Dharma talks, I've been, I told you all that I was, part of my Ango practice was going to be not to prepare much, not to write notes extensively for my Dharma talks. So I've been mostly doing that. What I have been doing is dropping into Maezumi Roshi's Appreciate Your Life, which is our kind of theme for Ango. And I'll just move through it, and then something will inspire me and connect with where I'm at. And that's what I've been talking about, those themes. So today it's a chapter, I think it's called Pure in Heart, from Maezumi Roshi's Appreciate Your Life. I'm going to start with Mumonkan Case 10. Sozan and poor Seizei. A monk named Seizei by name said to Sozan, "I'm a poor, destitute monk. I beg you to bestow upon me the alms of salvation." Sozan said, "Acharya Seizei." "Yes, sir," replied Seizei. Sozan said, "Someone has drunk 3 bowls of the wine of Haku of Seigen, but asserts that he has not yet moistened his lips." Some of you have worked on this koan. This Seizei, he seems to have some realization, some attitude, proper, spirit, saying that he's poor and destitute. But he's still asking for something, isn't he? So there's an interesting point of practice here. Maezumi Roshi talks about, when he brings this up, he talks about the Christian Beatitudes. And there's one which is, I guess it's the first one, those who are pure in spirit shall inherit the kingdom of God. Actually have it here. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Yeah, not inherit the kingdom of God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. But it's also phrased, blessed are the poor in spirit, for they shall see God. And there's a Buddhist maxim that's the same thing. Blessed are those poor in spirit, for they shall become enlightened. So Maezumi actually says something at the beginning of this, which I found very powerful, where he says he doesn't distinguish between heart, mind, and spirit. It's all one to him. Heart, mind, and spirit. So it's that shin, that word shin that we talk about. We say heart, mind, and spirit. And I think that's important to not distinguish between those. Just to not get all analytical about it. This thing, there's a way of kind of breaking up the unity, breaking up the divine, breaking up the oneness into certain things, and then saying, I've got it or I don't. And that's what the essence of this teaching is so this whole attitude of I have it or I don't is where all the problem starts from. So the real poor in spirit is to recognize that we can never have anything. We certainly can't have this blessedness that we seek. We can't have, you could say even that we can't have peace. We have to be peace. I kind of notice how much I carry around just as a matter of habit in my mind. Just my expectations, my worries, my desires, my ambitions, my plans. How completely habitual it is. Every day, all through the course of the day, I always have them with me. If someone comes up to me, it's almost like I'm preparing. Someone comes up to me and says, "So what's the plan?" It's like, here it is. I know exactly what the plan is. What's needed right now? I know what's needed right now. I've been carrying it around with me. What do I want? What am I working towards? Here it is. I've been carrying it around with me. Yeah, it's a little disappointing to find myself carrying all this stuff around. It is, but it's so habitual. It's just really habitual. So this teaching just reminds me of the real poverty that is the necessary attitude to awaken. In our Buddhist language. There's as part of the verse of this, let's see. Yeah, Mumon's verse, his poverty is like Hanzen's, his spirit is like that of Ko. Though he has no commercial system, they are quarreling about riches. Like this commercial system. Don't we? We have these kind of economies of exchange and transaction of the things that we have, ideas, energy, money, emotions, feelings. No commercial system. So Seizei is kind of like, he's kind of in this commercial system. He looks at it, it's like, I don't have anything, can you give me something? Right? Can you save me? I'm poor, can you save me? It's very Christian language actually in this koan, right? I'm looking for salvation, is what he says. Yeah. I beg you to bestow upon me the alms of salvation. I am a poor, destitute monk. Is he really poor? Sounds like he's got a commercial system. I think I didn't look deeply into the background here, but Seizei is pretty advanced here, so I think he's kind of setting Seizei up a little bit, and it's quite an advanced exchange. Seizei just calls out Acharya Seizei. Acharya means master, so he actually is treating him with a term of respect. So respecting his poverty, there's some level there. Acharya Seizei. Yes? The one who is already drunk, the best wine, can't taste it on his lips. Okay. Well, how does Seizei know, that he's what does he say? Someone has drunk 3 bowls of the wine, this really high quality wine, really good single malt scotch, but asserts that he has not yet moistened his lips. He's like, can you give me some scotch? You just drank a bunch of scotch. I saw you drink the scotch. What did he see? Him. How did he see him drinking the scotch? Seizei. Yes? What's that? What was manifesting as he responds to Seizei calling his name? Yes? So, you have it, but you don't have it. I kind of had the image of, we're all carrying around these oxygen canisters around with like masks over our faces. I got my tank's full. How much you got? Oh yeah, you got, you don't have enough there. So we've all got it, right? And then, we think we're poor if we only have a little oxygen in the tank, but we're really rich if we've got a lot of oxygen in the tank. But the truly poor, no tank, no mask. It's the tank you don't have, it's the mask you don't have. What you do have is what's right here. So that's that important quality of real destitution, real poverty. That's the prerequisite to seeing God. You could say I don't have my mechanisms of containing and retaining. I don't have my mechanisms of containing and retaining in the mind. Right? That's not where I'm putting my energy. To my filing systems, my storage systems. My backpacks, my luggage. Not to mention my car, my house, my clothes. The has no commercial system, they are quarreling about riches. I spend a lot of time in my commercial system. How much do I have? How much do I not have? What do I need? What can I trade this for? Maezumi Roshi says, our very nature is poverty. I find I need help with this. And what helps me with this is my vows and my understanding of the practice as something to surrender to, completely surrender to. And I'm not saying it's easy, for me. Sometimes easier than others. But I have come to see that the path to complete absorption, the path to this really just unburdening myself of all of the stuff that I'm carrying around, is to throw myself into something that has good intention. Yeah, just to throw myself in completely into something with good intention. Meaning, not self-centered attention. There can still be benefit to the self, of course. But if it's exclusively self-centered, then it's likely, not helping anyone else. But in any case, it's the complete throwing in that I want to emphasize. The complete throwing in. I mean, if you're out there weeding and you are completely weeding with nothing else on your mind, where are all those plans? Where's those expectations? There's no commerce of exchange, no commercialization. Right? It's very liberating. It's very liberating to come back from that. Because we come back to our possessions and say, did I need this? Do I feel any better holding on to this again? No, it feels so much better. That just moment to moment, hour by hour, task by task, throw yourself in to something that has benefit. When you do this, feeling tired feels really good. Yeah, I feel really good. I want a nap. Yeah. Hopefully some of you will help me wake up in Dokusan. Yeah, no, I'm pretty awake actually. Yeah. Throw yourself in, throw yourself in, throw yourself in. I just read this the translation. I hadn't known this, that bodhisattva translates as enlightenment or enlightened person, and Buddha is awakened one. This is meaningful to me. Yeah, Buddha is awakened one, and bodhisattva is awakened person. So that person's like we all have persons. We all have persons. We all have personalities. Right? We all have our personalities that we're, expressing ourselves and have our own skills and our own desires and qualities, you could say. Buddha doesn't have qualities. The awakened one doesn't have qualities. It's all qualities. But as bodhisattvas, we have these, relative qualities within our makeup. So to be, to really serve our bodhisattva vows, we do so, from a place of poverty. I.e., we don't have a personality. It's just the personality serves the vow. So the way you say it's receive all beings is different from the way I receive all beings, is different from the way you receive all beings, is different from the way you dissolve delusions, is different from the way we each fulfill those vows from our own place. And it looks different, and it feels different, and it's very unique to each of us. But to hold on to that uniqueness as something special, as something mine. Seizei kind of starts that way. He kind of sets that up. Oh, I am poor and destitute. Can you give me some salvation, some alms of salvation? It's a total setup. As soon as you say I'm poor, you're not poor. Okay? If you say I am poverty and you really mean it, now you're getting somewhere, i.e. nowhere. You know what I mean. Yeah. But to really be poverty, holding on to these plans and these expectations and these qualities, right? It's very familiar. It's very comfortable. Boy, it's very habitual. I want to say it's like easy to drop, and then I want to say not so easy to drop, and then I want to say neither easy nor difficult to drop. And it's all three. Best way, throw yourself in to whatever it is, serve of benefit. And then I think the rest takes care of itself. That's all I got.